Hello, it's me, Angelique, Pickle Guru. And today I want to chat about what is behind my creative process and how I come up with all these ideas for all these things. When I'm doing a video every day for over, it's got to be close to a year now, if not a little bit more, or around a year for sure. So, what's behind my creative process and how do I come up with these ideas? Oh, some of you might be like, it would be fun to get inside my brain. You'd just be one of the hamsters on the wheels. There's a few ways that I come up with my ideas. Sometimes my idea comes from an inspirational quote or an inspirational message that I see on Facebook or Instagram or social media somewhere. I could be listening to somebody and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I should try that. That's kind of where the seed is, the inspiration starts. So there's something that kind of festers there and I think about it. And then I somehow relate it to if it's relatable to my life, it really starts to like snowball, if you will. And once it starts to relate to my life, I can sit down and go, okay, so how can I create something around this that is related to my life? Because it has to be life relatable to me. Because if I haven't experienced it, how do I teach it? Right? How do I navigate through that? Like I can't. There's certain things that I've never experienced, so I'm not sure how to instruct or teach that. So I really look at that and go, okay, was there a piece of my life that maybe I experienced something similar to that, that exact thing, whatever that is, and then how can I then bring that forth to share with everybody else? So once I get that going and the snowball effect starts to happen, I have to think of like, what are some creative activities we can do around this? What are some laughter exercises? Do I do shorts? Do I do longs? Do I do lives? All the things. So then I can go and I either, then the next step comes from either when I'm meditating, when my mind is really calm. And so I meditate every morning. And in the morning, I just lay and I meditate. And then once my meditation's over, I open my eyes and I see this tree in my backyard and I look at the tree. Sometimes it will all of a sudden come and then I can start writing some stuff down. Or it just starts to kind of, oh, there's something there and I know it's there. Maybe I'm not sure what it is, but I'm gonna play with it all day, or I'm gonna play with it throughout the day. So then I might grab a cup of tea. And I love yogi tea. It always has a fun message on it. And sometimes that's an inspiration and that kind of gets things flowing as well. But honestly, like once I get that inspiration and that idea and I can connect it and I can get it flowing, it literally will just, I have to be patient. I can't be like, I need this answer right now. For instance, I was writing out, continuing to write out just today, my lives, what I'm going to be doing for I was stuck on the 22nd of March. I couldn't get past that date for what I was going to do for lives. It was like, there's nothing coming to me. I don't know how to relate anything else to the loss of a pet, like how to grieve through that. I'm stuck. I don't know what that is. And this morning I came up to my office, I had my tea, I did my meditation. I wasn't starting yet to come into my office to work, but I have a beautiful view outside my office window. It is a tree and a walking path, and it's just really beautiful. And Horton and I used to walk along that walking path all the time. So as I was sitting here and I was watching and people were walking along the path, it came to me. You need to share 10 ways to move through grief. So then I went and I was like, okay, what are 10 ways that I helped me move through grief, or that I know somebody has mentioned to me to help me move through grief, that maybe I haven't taken that step yet. Maybe I haven't done that, but it has been mentioned to me. So I wrote them all down. And on the 22nd of March, when I'm doing my lives, there's going to be 10 days after that to the end of the month. And I'm going to share the 10 ways to navigate through grief with an activity or an exercise that is not laughter yoga, but that is something that you can do to help navigate that. And some of these I have done myself, either working through grief or for other purposes, other reasons that have shown up in my life that I've had to use these tools for. So I come up with 10 ways. and I'm really excited to share them with you. So that all came this morning. Literally, I wasn't clocked into my office. I was just sitting here looking outside, trying to figure out what the heck do I do for these last 10 days, because I am stuck here. I'm stuck. I've been stuck for probably about 3 or 4 days, not being able to come up with what that is. And it came to me this morning. So I think to come up with inspirational ideas and how to move forward and how to create things, I've got a very creative mind, and I really give myself permission to sit within that and not put this stress and strain around, I need the answer right now. I know that this is what it is. I knew I wanted to do pets for March. I knew I wanted to do grieving with the loss of a pet in March. I didn't have the full layout of what that was going to look like. I didn't know I wanted to do a live Monday to Friday. I didn't know I wanted to do shorts. It literally was like, I want to do this. I wrote that down and I was like, this is it. The seed has been planted and the rest will come. So just allowing your mind to get quiet. Sometimes I will even, when I'm stuck, I will even just do some doodling and drawing and kind of squiggling on paper. And that sometimes helps to get the process going. Yeah, so there's a few different ways that I enjoy get that creative juice flowing. But yeah, meditation is definitely one of my places where seeds are definitely planted. And I do have a hot tub, so I'm very blessed to have a hot tub. And in the evening, I do enjoy going for a hot tub and like looking at the stars and the moon. And so quite late at night, as I am a night owl. And so I do enjoy that. And I sometimes get some inspiration when I'm in the hot tub because I've kind of just let go and I'm letting myself be in the water and just be. And I feel like, oh gosh, and when it comes and it's really, really strong, out of the hot tub I come, I run in the house and I write it down because it's so like, it's just so strong. And so that helps as well. But I really think the key is, honestly, for me, and I would invite you to try it too, is just to slow down because we got so much going on in our minds and so much going on in the world around us that it's hard to just take and go, what is a seed that needs to be planted that I want to creatively do? And it doesn't have to be like laughter yoga. It could be, creating a program. It could be writing a book. It could be maybe even just getting out and doing some gardening. Whatever that creativity is for you, creativity is such a key thing to have in your life. And people say, oh, I'm not creative. And then next thing you know, they're talking to me and they're telling me about something they did. And I'm like, that's creative. Creative isn't just about crafting. It's about me coming up with laughter yoga exercises every month. That's creative. That's creative thinking. Creativity. I also own a little hobby that I do crafts with, and I sell, and I come up with creative ideas. Sometimes they're my ideas, sometimes they're others' ideas, and then I take them and twist them to make them my kind of brand or my idea of what that could be, but it might have came from something else, right? So that's okay. Just get out there and quiet yourself down, quiet your mind down. And that really helps. So before we go, I want to just invite you to go through a process with me for quieting your mind. And that is, if you have a cup of tea or a hot cup of coffee, or even if you have a glass of water or a bottle of water, just grab that and place it in your hands. And if it's available for you, you can sit with your feet planted on the floor, perhaps your back sitting up tall in your chair, and your eyes could perhaps be closed. And you're just holding this bottle, this cup of tea, a cup of coffee, whatever it is. And just taking a deep breath in, feeling that length of that breath coming in through the nostrils, if that's available. Down into the lungs, perhaps the abdomen expands and you feel like that balloon moving in your belly. There's a big balloon moving, blowing up. And then you exhale and that balloon is releasing and your belly falls towards your spine. Again, 2 more breaths like this on your own time. Inhale. And I say exhale. You may be ahead of me or may still be holding your breath. Just taking those breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Just letting the day go. Taking this next couple of minutes just for yourself. And as you're holding your water, your coffee, your tea, just noticing any temperature of the bottle, of the coffee cup. Is there coolness? Is there some warmth coming off of this? Taking your mind and just focusing and paying attention to the temperature of the bottle or the cup. Maybe perhaps now you can take a moment to feel, is there any tension in your fingers? Are you gripping on that cup or that bottle? Just noticing that. Giving your mind a job. And this is the job. It's this cup of tea or this bottle of water. Perhaps there's a smell if you have a cup of tea. Maybe if you have water, you can't smell anything. Just noticing if there's any smells, any smell sensations perhaps in the room even. Just quieting our mind, giving our mind a job to focus on, helping those squirrels calm down. Just taking a moment here now just to relax. Become aware of the breath. Give the mind the job of being aware of the breath. Ask the mind to follow the breath as it is inhaled and exhaled, noticing where the breath lands in the body. And just allow your mind to have this job and perhaps see if any thoughts come up. You can stay here for as long as you want. Pause the video. And perhaps come back, beginning again to notice the cup or the bottle, any gripping that's happening. Noticing the chair and your feet. Taking a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Fluttering your eyes open. Did any inspiration come to you? Perhaps put your coffee cup or your tea cup down or your water bottle down. And you could begin to write right away. Get a book and write any thoughts that maybe come down, any colors that maybe have come to you, anything that came. If something came as an inspirational thing, write it down. You don't know what that seed is that maybe will help you move forward. So perhaps it's the color green that came through. And if that's the case, maybe as you explore a little bit more, you think, oh, you know what? I really want to do a garden this summer. So that's a great place for me to get going. So whatever that is, I would love to hear from you what your inspirations are. Please drop them in the comments and let me know. Let me know where you're from. Let me just check and see here. Hello, Hannah. Thanks for tuning in. Awesome. Thanks for being here with me. And if you're watching this replay, make sure you comment. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what an inspiration. Hannah, I would love to know what you do to be creative. Indiana. So what is something that you do that you're creative? I know you like to read books. I've seen your YouTube channel, so I know that. Is that a creative outlet for you, or what do you do that's creative? And maybe even what is a process that helps you get into that creative mindset? Have a beautiful day, everybody. Remember to share a smile with a stranger, because you never know. It may just change their day. I'll catch you tomorrow. Let me tell you what we're doing tomorrow. Tomorrow the 16th? Let me look at my calendar here. Tomorrow's the 16th. Oh, it's a good one. It's the snake story. I've been talking about this story for a while. You don't want to miss this one. My children bought a snake. And I'm scared to death of snakes. It's a story you don't want to miss. Oh my gosh. Awesome. I'm glad Hannah. Yes, reading books. Awesome. Awesome. Have a beautiful day. Share a smile with a stranger. You never know. You may just change their day. I'll chat with you tomorrow. Ciao for now. Have a beautiful day, Hannah.